13 अगस्त 1947 ये ऑल इंडिया रेडियो लाहौर है। आप हमारे अगले ऐलान का इंतजार कीजिए। 14 अगस्त 1947 ये रेडियो पाकिस्तान लाहौर है। आपको पाकिस्तान मुबारक।
आजाद है, आजाद रहें।
Mia Mohammad Shehbaz Sharif Saab is declared to have been elected as the Prime Minister of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan.
Now, the Pakistan government's budget has come under scrutiny by the International Monetary Fund for falling short of targets set by its bailout program.
Assalamu alaikum, and a very warm welcome to our electrifying series on the economic history of Pakistan, uncovering the extraordinary story of a nation that has experienced both triumphs and setbacks. As the clock struck midnight on August 14, 1947, Pakistan was born, heralding a new chapter in South Asian history, led by its first Prime Minister, Liaquat Ali Khan. Pakistan has faced arduous challenges as communal violence and mass migrations during the partition of India caused disruptions across the region. Over 1.5 crore people migrated, with up to 1 million lives lost in communal violence. Yet, Pakistan persevered, integrating millions of refugees and focusing on infrastructure development to lay the foundation of a new nation. In 1947, the First Kashmir War began alone Pakistan-India. Pakistan invaded Kashmir, prompting India's intervention. The United Nations called for a plebiscite, but it never took place. The dispute persists, with India and Pakistan administering separate parts of Kashmir. It's unsolved till today. Did you know that the Reserve Bank of India supplied currency to the newly established Pakistan, the Indian rupee, with Government of Pakistan printed in English and Hakumat, Pakistan in Urdu, circulated as the nation's currency? This is how the Pakistan situation is. They don't have machines to print money. Guys, in this video, I want to share how the Pakistan economy works, how Pakistan dig its own graveyard. And Pakistan is so strong country in terms of GDP and space exploration than India. In 1960s of its budgets. Then how did dig its own graveyard? In this video, 1. How Pakistan's path to space exploration nuclear country. 2. The tumultuous political landscape and military rule. 1. How Pakistan makes a space and nuclear country. There are only few countries that have both nuclear power and space exploration technology. 1. America. 2. Russia. 3. China. 4. India. 5. Pakistan. See, guys, running a country in the 60s is different from now. If a country is a developed country, they want the roads, infrastructure, education, good stable government. See, guys, in 1960 something crazy happened. Pakistan experienced a period of immense growth in the 1955-60s and became an inspiration for developing nations worldwide, influenced by the strategies of countries like Russia. The second 5-year plan of Pakistan aimed to achieve a 20% increase in national income and focused on multiple sectors. In agriculture, it aimed for a 5 annual increase in production through irrigation expansion, improved seeds and fertilizers, and credit provision to farmers. The plan also aimed to increase the installed power capacity by 50 through the construction of dams and power plants. In industry, a 10-annual increase in production was targeted through the establishment of new industries and import substitution. Transport and communications infrastructure were improved with new roads, railways, airports, and expansion of the telephone network. Education and training were prioritized to increase the literacy rate and establish technical and vocational institutes. Not only that, the foundation stone of space exploration in Pakistan has begun in the year of 1961 under Abdus Salam, in the name of SUPARCO is Space Upper Atmosphere Research Commission. But you know, guys, ISRO was founded in 1969. After 8 years of SUPARCO, see, Pakistan is waving ahead from India. But why Pakistan is defaulting no? They had of everything in no and had already started way ahead. You guys, this plan was implemented under the military rule.
मिस्टर भुट्टो की हुकूमत खत्म हो चुकी है। सारे मुल्क में मार्शल लॉ नाफिज कर दिया गया है।
1958, 1971. General Ayub Khan overthrew the government of President Iskandar Mirza and imposed martial law. In 1965, the Second Kashmir War broke out between India and Pakistan. But India has crossed the loch and captured the Lahore police station and hoisted the Indian flag. It will be matter of few days to capture capital city of Pakistan, but the Western nations have involved. USA made a peace treaty between the nations. When a country is governed by a military dictatorship, the focus often lies on the needs of the military, while the basic needs of the people are neglected. During the military rule of General Ayub Khan, 1950 to 1960, although there was rapid economic growth, political discontent. This type of governance poses challenges for the people during times of war, as their basic needs take a backseat to military priorities. Limited resources are allocated to sectors like healthcare, education, and public services. Economic instability, lack of social services, displacement, food, and water shortages and health risks become prevalent. It is important to acknowledge the impact of military dictatorships on the well-being of the people and their basic needs. First, we want to know how the economy works. Like in the US debt ceiling video, you see, just like you and I get home loans, car loans, or mortgage loan, even the countries take out debt in order to grow. And there are three popular ways in which they get these loans. The first way is through international financial institutions such as the World Bank, International Monetary Fund, and development banks. Secondly, they could take loans from the commercial banks, wealth funds, and bilateral loan from other countries. And the third way is to do it through bonds. In that case, Pakistan cannot go through bonds because it is newly formed country and economy is not so strong like us. First way is like IMF, World Bank, and development banks of other nations. In fact, Pakistan has been consistently facing economic crisis ever since its partition from India, and in the past 30 years itself, the IMF alone has bailed it out for 13 times. Over of 17 times IMF has given to the loan. In 1950, Pakistan joined the International Monetary Fund, marking the beginning of its association with the organization. In 1958, Pakistan received its first loan of $25 million from the IMF under a standby arrangement, approved on December 8, 1958. This loan aimed to stabilize Pakistan's economy following a period of financial instability. The repayment of the loan was scheduled over a 3-year period. In 1965, the IMF approved another loan for Pakistan in the amount of $37.05 million. This loan, approved on March 16, 1965, was specifically intended to assist Pakistan in recovering from the financial strain caused by the Indo-Pakistani War of 1965. These exact number that Pakistan has taken loan from the IMF in the name of development of country to destroy the poverty. But they never do it. However, despite receiving financial support from the EIM, Pakistan's decision to engage in the war raises questions. It is important to consider that geopolitical dynamics play a significant role in shaping international relations. While countries may establish alliances or have diplomatic ties, it does not necessarily imply complete support for all actions taken by their partner nations. For example, the friendship between Russia and India does not imply unequivocal endorsement of every action by either country. Diplomatic relationships and alliances between countries can be complex, even when conflicts arise. For instance, Russia maintains close ties with India. a major importer of its military equipment, while the United States exports its resources to India. However, these relationships do not necessarily mean endorsing or supporting all actions taken by partner nations. Individual choices and public opinion may differ from government policies. International relations are influenced by a multitude of factors, and it is essential to acknowledge the complexities and diverse perspectives that exist within societies and governments. General Ayub Khan was ruled as president until 1969, when he was replaced by General Yahya Khan. General Yahya Khan is just like a Hitler in the Asia. Why? Because during this period, East Pakistan, geographically separated from West Pakistan, faced political and economic marginalization, leading to a growing independence movement. The Awami League, led by Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, emerged as a prominent voice advocating for autonomy and self-determination. However, West Pakistan's military leadership under General Yahya Khan responded with a crackdown, triggering widespread violence, human rights abuses, massacred lakhs of women were raped by the military. The people of East Pakistan were migrated to India. Millions have migrated. The economic situation is not at all good for India to handle these people. Our Prime Minister, Indira Gandhi, asked the UN and world leaders to stop the massacre. In return, Pakistan has attacked Indian airfields on December 3, 1971. India's has given very strong stand to start the war. On the other side, US has sent a message to the Pakistan that we are sending our 7th Fleet, and UK is also sending Eagle towards India. The plan was Eagle will attack on Arabian Sea, and 7th Fleet should attack on Bay of Bengal. This message was decrypted by Indian intelligence. Not only that Pakistan is seeking help from the Turkey, Saudi, Indonesia, France, and Jordan. India doesn't have the power to hold these nations at a time. Guys, guess what? On 9th August 1971, India and USSR made Friendship and Cooperation Treaty. The treaty was main aim. In the event of either party being subjected to an attack or a threat, will immediately enter into mutual consultations to remove such a threat. In simple words, if any nation will attack both of us, our military will combine to attack our enemy. India calls the USSR immediately. USSR respond and sent its flotilla on December 13 and surrounded India total in the Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. These flotillas consist of nuclear submarines, frigates, and anti-missile ships. But these flotilla has very less range. Submarines has suffered on the ocean and get into the nearest to the enemy ship. UK Eagle Fleet has sent a message to the USA 7th Fleet. These are the Russia atomic submarines here, and big collection of battleships. This message was decoded by the USSR. The 7th Fleet has gone to Madagascar and UK Eagle Fleet went to the Singapore. In between Pakistan Eastern Command, Chief said these words, for conditional surrender.
Will you make any attempt at a conditional surrender?
No, sir. The question is either we live or we die.
Within few days, Indian Army captured the capital city of Dhaka and sent the message to the East Pakistani soldiers.
Your air force has been destroyed. You are surrounded on all sides. And if you don't surrender, you will be killed unmercifully.
India has recreated the world map and South Asia map. In December 1971, East Pakistan declared independence and formed the new nation of Bangladesh. 93,000 soldiers were surrendered to India. This is biggest military exchange after Second World War. These soldiers were sent safely to Pakistan. The international community, including countries like India and the Soviet Union, sympathized with the cause of Bangladesh's independence and recognized Bangladesh as a sovereign nation. Meanwhile, Pakistan's defeat in the war had significant repercussions. leading to political and social changes within Pakistan itself. Yahya Khan resigned in 1970, one after Pakistan's defeat in the Bangladesh Liberation War. After that, Bangladesh Liberation War, the Pakistan has faced economic crisis. Again, IMF has helped the Pakistan in bailouts package. In 1972, the IMF approved a loan of $84 million to Pakistan to aid in its recovery from the economic challenges caused by the Bangladesh Liberation War. The loss of East Pakistan, a significant economic contributor, and the war's impact on Pakistan's balance of payments necessitated financial assistance. Furthermore, in subsequent years, Pakistan received additional IMF loans, including $75 million in 1973 and $75 million in 1974, which further supported economic stability and growth. In May 1974, India conducted a nuclear test in the Pokhran Range. The test was named Smiling Buddha. It marked India's first successful test of a nuclear-powered device, making it the 6th country in the world to possess nuclear weapons capability. The test drew international attention. In response to India's nuclear test in 1974, Pakistani officials famously remarked, "We will eat grass or even go hungry, but we will get our own bomb." Here comes another question. If a country wants to develop, they might be a stable government. If we look up Pakistan ruling government in Pakistan's history of political instability has played a significant role in its failures. The country has experienced a constant rotation of leaders, with no prime minister completing a full term in office. The transition between democratic and military rule has further contributed to Pakistan's instability. Each new leader often focuses on rectifying the perceived mistakes of their predecessors, leading to policy reversals and a lack of consistent governance. For instance, in 1978, General Zia-ul-Haq seized power through a military coup. His regime imposed censorship on the media, restricted civil liberties, and accumulated heavy loans from various international entities. In the military period, something stupid done by the Pakistan leaders. In 1979, the Soviet Union had invaded Afghanistan and the Soviet-Afghan War was going on from 1979 to 1989. USA has not involved directly, but indirectly USA has funded to the Pakistan, and Pakistan has created militant groups, rebels, terror groups, or whatever the media calls them. Pakistan became the training ground for these mujahideen fighters to help them fight the Soviets in Afghanistan. On top of that, Pakistan will also provide the land route for the supply shipments that used to arrive from the United States, and then it used to go to Afghanistan. Pakistan makes money regardless for actually giving permission and access to the United States. And guess what? After the Afghan-Soviet War ended, the Mujahideen fighters are the ones that eventually got together and went on to form another group called the Taliban in 1994. And finally, after Tribal period, 11-year dictatorship. Finally, elections were held in Pakistan. Benazir Bhutto was the first female prime minister of Pakistan, 1988. She was the daughter of former Prime Minister Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, who was overthrown and executed 1979. Guess what? Bhutto's government faced political challenges, including allegations of corruption and power struggles. In 1990, the president dissolved the National Assembly, leading to the dismissal of Bhutto's government, Nawaz Sharif's first term. In the subsequent elections held in 1990, Mian Muhammad Nawaz Sharif's PLM has emerged as the largest party. Sharif became the prime minister and served from 1990 to 1990 to 1993. Again, Benazir Bhutto came into power, and her Pakistan People's Party returned to power in the 1993 general elections. She served as the Prime Minister from 1993 to 1993 to 1996. And again, she stepped down into power. Nawaz Sharif came into power In the 1997 general elections, Nawaz Sharif's PML secured a significant victory. Sharif assumed office as the Prime Minister for the second. This is called political turmoil. Now, guess what Pakistan is facing political instability in his own country. India has done something crazy thing and gives shock not only Pakistan, but to the world.
Today, at 15:45 hours, India conducted 3 underground nuclear tests in the Pokhran range.
In May 1998, India conducted a series of nuclear tests, codenamed Operation Shakti, in Pokhran, Rajasthan. These tests marked India's first nuclear weapon tests since the Pokhran I tests in 1974. The tests consisted of 5 detonations, including a thermonuclear device. India has declared as PNE, Peaceful Nuclear Explosion.
Pakistan today successfully conducted 5 nuclear tests. The results were as expected. There was no release of radioactivity.
Very, very soon, Pakistan is also announced within weeks. On May 28, 1998, Pakistan conducted a series of nuclear tests, codenamed Chagai, in the Chagai district of Baluchistan province. These tests marked Pakistan's response to India's nuclear tests conducted just a few weeks earlier. For instance, if one country conducts nuclear tests and another country responds with its own tests as a form of tit for tat, it doesn't mean that the two countries are now on equal footing or possess equivalent nuclear arsenals. Nuclear weapons require extensive resources, technological expertise, and infrastructure which cannot be instantly replicated or matched by a mere response. Political turmoil has become, by this time not former Prime Minister, by the military rule, General Pervez Musharraf in 1999, and immediately the war broke out between the India and Pakistan. First time in history, 2 nuclear-powered nations are in the war directly, and this is last war in the India and Pakistan. General Pervez Musharraf, the then Chief of Army Staff of Pakistan, played a significant role during the Kargil conflict in 1999. The Kargil War was a military conflict between India and Pakistan that took place in the Kargil district of Indian-administered Jammu and Kashmir. Under General Musharraf's leadership, Pakistani forces infiltrated the Indian-controlled territory across the line of control in Kargil. The operation was carried out with the objective of securing strategic positions and disrupting Indian control over the region. The Pakistani forces took advantage of the difficult terrain and surprise element to occupy key heights along the LOC. The Kargil conflict resulted in intense fighting and heavy casualties on both sides. It also led to strained diplomatic relations between India and Pakistan, with international pressure mounting on Pakistan, with international pressure to withdraw its forces from the occupied positions. India launched a military campaign to regain control of the infiltrated areas, employing a combination of ground forces, artillery, and air power. The conflict witnessed intense battles and aerial engagements. After India's victory in the war, they gained control of the disputed territory and had the bodies of Pakistani soldiers. Pakistan claimed some of the bodies but denied retrieving others. This was due to the discovery that some soldiers were actually militants. Pakistan's refusal aimed to distance itself from the involvement of non-state actors and downplay its role. Eventually, Pakistan acknowledged its soldiers' presence but declined to claim the bodies of the militants on Pakistan's political crisis. As we delve deeper into the story, brace yourselves for the challenges that emerged at the turn of the millennium. Militant attacks shook the nation, leaving a trail of devastation and fear. Simultaneously, tensions with India escalated, casting a dark shadow of uncertainty over the region. Let's embark together on this eye-opening exploration. From 1999 to 2008, Pakistan experienced a period of notable political and economic events. It began with Pervez Musharraf's rise to power through a military coup in 1999, leading to the removal of Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif. Musharraf assumed the presidency and implemented a new constitution, yet his rule was overshadowed by accusations of human rights violations and corruption.
The plane has crashed into the World Trade Center.
2 planes have crashed into the World Trade Center in New York.
There have been a series of terrorist attacks in the United States.
Pictures just in showed the building already on fire, with smoke billowing.
As we move forward to the year 2001, another significant incident unfolded, leaving a lasting impact on Pakistan. This incident not only affected Pakistan, but had global repercussions. In 2001, the world was rocked by an unfathomable act of terrorism, the harrowing 9/11 attacks. The Twin Towers of the World Trade Center in vibrant New York City became the target of this heinous assault, sending shockwaves that reverberated across the globe. This cataclysmic event was masterminded by the extremist group Al-Qaeda under the leadership of the infamous Osama bin Laden. The seismic impact of the 9/11 attacks on global politics, particularly in South Asia, cannot be understated. In response to this unparalleled tragedy, the United States, under the visionary leadership of President George W. Bush, took decisive action against terrorism. Their relentless pursuit led them to Afghanistan, where Al-Qaeda had taken refuge under the oppressive Taliban regime. Caught in the midst of this turmoil was Pakistan, a neighboring country to Afghanistan. The Pakistani government found itself in a complex and delicate position, skillfully navigating its relationship with the United States while simultaneously addressing internal security challenges. Pakistan emerged as a pivotal ally in the US, led war on terror, offering unwavering logistical support and granting access to its territory for vital military operations. Even today, the echoes of the 9/11 attacks and the subsequent invasion of Afghanistan continue to reverberate, shaping the fabric of Pakistan's domestic and foreign policies. This ongoing saga remains a constant reminder of the intricate interplay between global events and the intricate tapestry of nations, as they grapple with the aftermath and seek to forge a path towards a safer and more harmonious future. Our journey takes us to the year 2007, where Pakistan faced a significant turning point that impacted its political landscape and governance. In 2007, Pakistan found itself in a state of turmoil when then President Pervez Musharraf declared a state of emergency. This decision came amidst rising political tensions and a growing judicial crisis in the country. President Musharraf, facing challenges from opposition parties and a Supreme Court that questioned the legitimacy of his re-election, took the controversial step of suspending the constitution, dismissing judges, and imposing restrictions on the media. The declaration of a state emergency caused a wave of protests and criticism from various sectors of Pakistani society, including political parties, lawyers, and civil society organizations. The move was seen as an authoritarian measure that curtailed civil liberties and undermined democratic principles. The state of emergency was eventually lifted in 2008, following widespread protests and negotiations between political stakeholders. However, this incident left a lasting impact on Pakistan's political landscape and raised concerns about the state of democracy and rule of law in the country. In 2008, Pakistan was gripped by a devastating event that shattered the nation's heart. During an election rally in Rawalpindi, the beloved former Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto tragically lost her life. The nation mourned the loss of this iconic political figure, whose charismatic leadership and dedication to Pakistan's progress were unmatched. Yousaf Raza Gilani, 2008-2012. Yousaf Raza Gilani was a prominent member of the Pakistan People's Party. He assumed office on March 25, 2008, and served as the Prime Minister until June 19, 2012. During his tenure, he faced significant challenges, including political instability, economic issues, and security concerns. Raja Pervez Ashraf, 2012, 2013. Raja Pervez Ashraf, also a member of the Pakistan People's Party, took over as the Prime Minister on June 22, 2020. His term lasted until March 24, 2013. Ashraf faced various challenges, such as an energy crisis and allegations of corruption related to rental power projects. Mr. Hazar Khan Khoso, 2013. Mia Hazar Khan Khoso, 2013. Maya Hazar Khan Khoso, 2013 to June 5, 20. He was a retired judge of the Baluchistan High Court. His appointment came during the transitional period leading up to the general elections held in 2013. Nawaz Sharif, 2013-2017. Nawaz Sharif, a prominent leader of the Pakistan Muslim League N party, assumed office as the Prime Minister for the third time on June 5, 2013. His previous terms were from 1990 to 1990 to 1999 to 1990. However, his third term was cut short when he was disqualified by the Supreme Court of Pakistan in a corruption case on July 28, 2017. The period from 2008 to 2014 had political changes and developments in Pakistan, including a mix of democratically elected prime ministers and an interim prime minister. In 2008, a haunting incident unfolded, leaving a deep scar not only on Pakistan but the entire region. The year was marred by a series of coordinated terrorist attacks that struck Mumbai, India, lasting for several agonizing days. These heinous acts shook the very core of the city. The targets were diverse, ranging from iconic landmarks to a bustling hotel. These dreadful Mumbai attacks were orchestrated by an extremist group based in Pakistan. Their malevolent intentions resulted in a staggering loss of life, leaving an indelible mark on the relationship between the two nations. Armed with firearms and explosives, the attackers unleashed a wave of shootings and bombings, plunging the city into a state of panic and anguish. The Mumbai attacks strained the already fragile ties between India and Pakistan. India rightfully held Pakistan accountable for harboring and supporting the extremist group responsible for these atrocities. The incident pushed tensions between the neighboring nations to a new and dangerous height. Beyond the bilateral ramifications, the reverberations of the Mumbai attacks extended to regional security dynamics. This appalling event underscored the urgent necessity for stronger international collaboration in combating terrorism and addressing the root causes that fuel such extremist ideologies. We reflect on the heart-wrenching statistics. A total of 175 lives were cruelly taken, with 9 terrorists among them, and 166 innocent victims left to mourn their loss. Our journey now takes us to the year 2009, a year marred by a shocking incident that had a significant impact on Pakistan's sports and international relations. In 2009, a seismic event shook the world of cricket in South Asia, casting a dark shadow over Pakistan's cricket board and government. During a fateful tour, the Sri Lankan cricket team fell victim to a harrowing terrorist attack in Lahore, leaving the entire sports community in disbelief. Cricket, a sport deeply cherished in the region, bore the brunt of this heart-wrenching incident. The reprehensible act of violence not only struck fear into the hearts of cricket enthusiasts, but also fueled a potent wave of animosity towards the Pakistan Cricket Board and the government. Their alleged security lapse stirred intense emotions and garnered widespread condemnation. The consequences were swift and far-reaching. The International Cricket Council, compelled to protect the safety of players, imposed a ban on international matches being held in Pakistan. This unprecedented decision sent shockwaves through the cricketing world, leaving Pakistan's cricket landscape reeling from the loss.
Tonight, I can report to the American people and to the world that the United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden, the leader of Al-Qaeda.
The year 2011 marked a historic turning point in the global battle against terrorism, as the notorious figurehead behind the 9/11 attacks met his long-awaited fate. In a remarkable operation, the United States successfully located and eliminated Osama bin Laden, the leader of Al-Qaeda, a militant group responsible for numerous heinous acts. Through meticulous intelligence work, a team of highly trained US Navy SEALs carried out a covert raid on a compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan, where bin Laden had sought refuge. In the darkness of May 2, the SEALs engaged in a fierce firefight, displaying unwavering bravery and determination. Ultimately, their mission proved successful, delivering a decisive blow to bin Laden and his terrorist network. The death of bin Laden reverberated worldwide, symbolizing a significant triumph in the global fight against terrorism. It dealt a severe blow to Al-Qaeda, sending a resounding message that justice would be served even to those who believed they could hide from it. However, this operation also stirred controversy and raised complex questions. Speculations emerged regarding Pakistan's knowledge or potential involvement in providing sanctuary to bin Laden. The incident strained diplomatic relations between the United States and Pakistan, sparking broader discussions on counterterrorism efforts and the intricate dynamics of international security cooperation. On September 18, 2016, a devastating attack shook the Indian-administered region of Jammu and Kashmir. 4 militants from Jaish-e-Mohammed, believed to have infiltrated from Pakistan, targeted an Indian Army brigade headquarters near the town of Uri. Tragically, 19 Indian soldiers lost their lives in the attack, with several others sustaining injuries ranging from 19 to 30 in number. The incident sent shockwaves through the region, igniting a wave of outrage and calls for justice. In response to the Uri attack, the Indian government authorized what became known as surgical strikes. These retaliatory strikes were carried out on September 29, 2016, along the line of control targeting terrorist launch pads across the border in Pakistan, administered Kashmir. The surgical strikes were a calculated measure aimed at deterring future terrorist activities originating from across the border.
इमरान अहमद नियाजी साहब ने 176 वोट हासिल किए।
In 2018, Pakistan underwent a significant political transformation with the election of a new prime minister. The Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf Pi party, led by renowned cricketer Imran Khan, emerged victorious in the general elections. Imran Khan, a prominent figure in politics and advocacy, assumed the role of prime minister, signifying a notable shift in the country's political landscape. Imran Khan's election brought promises of anti-corruption measures, socio-economic reforms, and a focus on the welfare of the people. As prime minister, he embarked on an ambitious agenda centered around economic development, social welfare, and transparent governance. Under his leadership, the government initiated various reform programs targeting poverty alleviation, education, and health.
We suspect that it was a vehicle-bound attack.
We are going to carry out a professional post-blast investigation.
In 2019, tensions between India and Pakistan reached a critical point following a tragic incident and subsequent military actions. The year began with a devastating terrorist attack in Pulwama, Jammu and Kashmir. A suicide bomber from a Pakistan-based extremist group targeted an Indian paramilitary convoy, resulting in a significant loss of life. The Pulwama attack escalated tensions, with India accusing Pakistan of supporting and sheltering the extremist group responsible. In response, the Indian Air Force conducted airstrikes on alleged terrorist training camps in Pakistan, administered Kashmir, known as the Balakot strikes. Amid the escalation, an Indian Air Force pilot, Wing Commander Abhinandan Varthaman, was captured by Pakistani forces after his aircraft crossed the line of control.
मेरा नाम विंग कमांडर अभिनंदन है। मैं भारतीय वायुसेना में एक लड़ाकू विमान चालक हूँ। मैं टारगेट ढूंढने की कोशिश कर रहा था। आपके एयरफोर्स ने मुझे गिराया। उसके बाद मुझे अपना जहाज छोड़ना पड़ा था जो टूट गया था और मैंने इजेक्ट किया। इजेक्ट करते ही उसके बाद जब मेरा पैराशूट खुला और
जनाब इमरान खान साहब प्लीज।
सॉरी, मैं एक चीज़ कहनी भूल गया एंड में हिंदुस्तान का पायलट हमने पकड़ा हुआ है। हम एज ए पीस जेस्टर हम उसको कल रिहा करने लगे हैं।
Significant developments shaped Pakistan's landscape during this time. Firstly, the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic swept across the country, mirroring its global impact. Pakistan faced the rapid spread of the highly contagious virus, leading to a strain on the healthcare system and necessitating measures to contain its transmission. The government implemented lockdowns, travel restrictions, and social distancing protocols to curb the spread and manage the healthcare crisis. The pandemic brought disruptions, economic hardships, and strains on healthcare infrastructure, demanding a delicate balance between public health concerns and economic revival. Secondly,
moving on to our next story. The all-weather allies, Islamabad and Beijing, have agreed to strengthen their ties further, this time through the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. Now, the $60 billion Belt and Road project starts from Kashgar in Xinjiang and goes across Pakistan.
Secondly, Pakistan experienced substantial investment from China in various sectors during this time, including infrastructure and energy. These investments aim to bolster Pakistan's economic growth and development, contributing to infrastructure projects and energy generation capacities. Both the COVID-19 pandemic and Chinese investments significantly influenced Pakistan's landscape in 2020, shaping the country's response to the global health crisis and its economic trajectory amidst the challenges faced. In 2021, Pakistan remained on the Financial Action Task Force, FATF, Grey List, a monitoring list for countries' efforts to combat money laundering and terrorist financing. Pakistan's inclusion since 2018 raised concerns about its financial reputation and ability to attract investment. Efforts were made to strengthen regulations and combat financial crimes, but exiting the grey list required sustained progress and meeting requirements. Pakistan's journey highlighted the importance of addressing money laundering and terrorist financing, fostering transparency, and creating a compliant financial system. In 2020,
Muhammad Shehbaz Sharif Saab is declared to have been elected as the Prime Minister of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan.
In 2022, political turmoil in Pakistan reached its peak as Imran Khan was ousted as Prime Minister through a no-confidence motion. The opposition accused Khan of economic mismanagement and corruption, while he claimed it was a foreign conspiracy against him. 2018. Imran Khan's Pakistan Tehreek Insaf party wins the general election, and Khan becomes Prime Minister. Nawaz Sharif is disqualified from holding office by the Supreme Court. 2020. The PTI government faces allegations of mismanaging the COVID-19 pandemic, along with corruption allegations against Khan and his ministers. 2021. The PTI government is defeated in a no-confidence motion in the National Assembly, but the motion is blocked by the Supreme Court. 2022. The opposition submits another no-confidence motion against Khan, which succeeds in removing him from office. In addition, Imran Khan survives a shooting on January 2, 2023, during his Azadi March protest in Punjab province. He is hit by 3 bullets and undergoes surgery at Lahore Surgery Khanum Cancer Hospital, He is discharged from the hospital on January 5, 2023. The political turmoil in Pakistan is a complex issue with no easy solutions. However, it is clear that the country needs a strong and stable government that can address the challenges it faces.
Afghans are thronging to Kabul's airport, desperate to get on planes and leave the country at any cost. They're scaling the airport's walls this morning, rushing in. There's no screening, no security checks.
In 2021, a significant turning point occurred in Afghanistan as the Taliban rapidly captured the capital city of Kabul, coinciding with the withdrawal of the United States Army after 21 years of military presence. The speed at which the Taliban captured Kabul was astonishing. Following the withdrawal of US forces, the Taliban made swift advances across the country, seizing control of major cities and eventually entering Kabul, leading to the collapse of the Afghan government. The rapid takeover caught many by surprise and had a profound impact on the security and stability of Afghanistan. Over the course of its military involvement in Afghanistan, the United States had spent a substantial amount of money. It is estimated that the US government allocated over $2 trillion in funding for military operations, reconstruction, development programs, and security assistance in Afghanistan. This significant financial investment aimed to support the Afghan government, rebuild infrastructure, promote economic growth, and strengthen security forces. However, despite the massive financial investment and efforts to establish stability, the Taliban's rapid takeover demonstrated the complex challenges and the limitations of external intervention in shaping the trajectory of a nation's future. The events in Afghanistan, including the swift capture of Kabul by the Taliban and the financial investment by the United States, underscored the intricate nature of the conflict, the difficulties of nation building, and the importance of sustainable solutions that prioritize the well-being and aspirations of the Afghan people. China's financial support to Pakistan through loans has been immensely significant in recent years. This assistance is driven by several key factors. 1. Economic cooperation. China has emerged as Pakistan's largest trading partner, fostering strong economic ties. Notably, the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor promotes infrastructure development and connectivity, boosting trade and investment opportunities. 2. Geopolitical importance. Pakistan holds a strategic position in China's ambitious Belt and Road Initiative. By strengthening ties with Pakistan, China aims to counterbalance the influence of other regional powers and expand its connectivity networks. 3. Debt dynamics. Concerns have been raised regarding the sustainability and potential leverage associated with Pakistan's increasing debt to China. This has sparked debates about long-term dependencies and the country's ability to manage repayment. While exact figures are undisclosed, China's loans to Pakistan are estimated to be in the billions of dollars. In 2022, a $700 million loan was extended to help Pakistan navigate its economic crisis. The Gwadar port, situated in Baluchistan, Pakistan, along the Arabian Sea, plays a pivotal role in the BRI. China's involvement in the port has raised apprehensions about its regional influence, particularly concerning India. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey through Pakistan's political landscape. We hope you found this video insightful and thought-provoking. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to stay tuned for more captivating content. Stay informed, stay engaged, and be the catalyst for change. Together, we can shape a brighter future. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep making a difference. Remember, your support is what keeps us going. So, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more exciting business and political case studies, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We're thrilled to have you as part of our community. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we'll continue to unravel the fascinating stories that shape our world. Until then, take care, stay curious, and keep expanding your knowledge. See you soon.